Hello, Nancy Burt-Preece here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's all my contact information. Here's my social media. Please reach out. Today happens to be May 2nd, and there is 20, you get, instead of your 10% rewards next time to use, you get 20% on May 2nd and 3rd. So it's a great deal to stock up on some items that you could use. So I would highly recommend doing that. And I'd love to have you order from me. Today, I think the North Shore Stamper did one similar to this, not exactly. So I am using a new set, is a May exclusive coming out on May 6th. It's Sweet Jar, and it has a punch that goes with it. And I just think it's really fun. And today we're kind of focusing on the chocolate chip cookies. This background is a wonderful embossing folder called, I had to look at it, Plaster Painting. Just adds a little bit of texture. This is some of that plaid paper that's been out. And I'm going to use a different color plaid for the next card. And I wanted to show you that the back sides of these also, like this, you could use the back side. Same with this one, you can use the back side. Really fun. And that is called, let me find it, Timeless Plaid. So I like that. I'm trying to do a card for an event that's coming up. So let me show you how easy this card is and how fun it really is. On the inside, I have sending a little sweetness your way, and I'll also have happy birthday if people want that. And so let me show you how to make it. You need a piece of cardstock 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is basic beige for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. This is in my embossed piece, 4 by 5 1/4. You need 1 1/2 inches of some sort of DSP. And then I just have a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. This is by 5 1/4 also, just to add a little bit of detail to it, just a little bit. I'm using 2 stylish shapes dies. This one is early espresso. This one is in basic beige. I think that's all the details. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the embossed piece on the back. And I'm going to use my green glue for that and adhere that right there. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some green glue on the edge here. And I'm going to adhere this first. So I'm going to lay it on here, and I'm going to put however much I want. Try to get it as even as I can. Get that on there first. Next, I'm going to add some green glue to the whole thing. I almost put it on wrong. And add it to the front. Just give some fun texture. Now, for the inside, I'm going to stamp. I like this because it comes like this, sending a little blank your way. It could be love, luck, party, anything you want. I'm going to use sweetness because I'm doing chocolate chip cookies, but it could be anything you want. And once again, if you choose to put happy birthday on it, you certainly can do that. There's that. And I'm going to add sweetness in cherry cobbler. Just seemed like sweetness should be in a different color. There we go. Isn't that easy to make? And I even did it on camera. So very fun, easy card. The other thing I'm going to do on the bottom, and you'll see we're going to do this on the inside of our jar too, is we're going to use crumb cake, and we're going to put some cookies on the bottom. And then, where'd I put it? I'm going to use Early Espresso. So I only have 3 ink pads: Early Espresso, crumb cake, and cherry cobbler. And I'm going to add some chocolate chip cookies. You could put a jar on that too if it looks weird with the sides like that, because it's meant to go in the jar. If you wanted to, you can stamp the jar on the inside. So let me do one like that just in case. Oops, wrong color. In case you're like, you know, I really think I need some cookies in a jar on the inside. And the other thing you can do, if you still need something else, is I just actually punched out the little top to the lid, but I will have a stamp there in case you decide you really want a lid on the inside too. So you can either leave your cookies plain like that, or you can add a jar on the inside. So totally up to you. So let's create our outside. But I guess we can put this on the inside first. So here we go. Let's adhere this. I'm just going to use my seal. I've had a lot of people say, do you like this over some of the other adhesive I've bought at like Joann's and different things? And I do, and I'll tell you why. Because if something goes wrong with it, Stampin' Up! Stands by it, and they will replace it. And so I buy all of my adhesive from Stampin' Up! For that reason. And I do think it's better. So you got 2 things. Now, what I'm going to add is I'm going to make my jar. I already stamped the lid of the jar in Early Espresso. Could I stamp the whole thing and then do the jar set? You could. It's just a little different. This one is stamped on. The outside is going to be just a plain cardstock. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my Early Espresso, and I am going to stamp my jar. And then I'm going to stamp my cookies. And then I'm going to stamp my chocolate chips. Is that not easy or what? It's so fun. Then I'm going to turn my punch over so that I can line up. And it's good to have a strip like this so you can hold it and get it lined up as close as you can. And punch. And you got this cute little jar. I'm that kind of person. I just think it's really cute. So I'm going to adhere this in the center. I'm going to put this next. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put just a teeny tiny little strip of glue. You see, mine wasn't as teeny tiny as it should be. And I'm going to adhere the jar lid to the top. Then I'm going to pop it up on the front of the card. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an adhesive backed sparkle gem. Reminds me of the kind of candy jar my grandma used to have, you know, one of those with a little kind of glass top on there. And you've got a very cute card. So I hope you look at this set. It's coming out in just a few days, and I think it's just so fun. You can do hearts for Valentine's, and they've got something for St. Patty's Day, birthday, just so many things. So I hope you have a great day. Take care.